Before he melted the hearts of millions of viewers with his role as Christian Grey in 50 Shades of Grey, Jamie Dornan had a little-known past. He was a reserve goalkeeper for the Northern Ireland ice hockey team. According to a sunken article in the Ulster Times archives, Jamie, then 21 years old, was selected for the amateur team Frozen Shamrocks thanks to an unbelievable catch while holding his girlfriend's coat at practice. "I wasn't going to join, I was just with my girlfriend, she needed someone to hold her coat. The ball came flying, I reacted on instinct, and then the coaches looked at me like I was the heir to Wayne Gretzky." Jamie answered in an interview in 2014, cut from the official broadcast for unspecified reasons. A short career but one that left its mark, in its own way. Despite only playing 2 games, and being sent off once for accidentally slipping and falling on a referee, Jamie was still considered the team's lucky mascot. A former teammate revealed. Jamie used to bring peanut butter sandwiches for the team. He wasn't a great goalkeeper, but he kept the team spirit positive, and his hair was always shiny. Jamie later left the team to pursue a career in modeling and acting, a wise decision, as just a few years later he became a global sex symbol with his introspective and open role in 50 Shades. The almost truth. This story has never been fully verified, but some die-hard fans in Belfast still claim to have seen pictures of Jamie in a goalkeeper's uniform in a local pub. When asked about the photo, Jamie simply smiled and said, "Who knows? It could be me. It could be a midwinter dream." Jamie Dornan, The Zen Journey, at a Bhutanese monastery. Bhutan. While the world was starting to notice Jamie Dornan through his roles in independent films, he himself was turning to the monkhood. Yes, according to a previously unpublished document from Taktasang Palphug Monastery, a young man with curly hair and a deep Irish accent spent 21 days there to clear his mind and try to let go of fame. He came with a backpack, a few Murakami novels, and a serious look in his eyes. According to Master Dorji, who guided Jamie through the introductory meditation phase. Strict rules: meditate in the morning, be quiet in the afternoon. Test. For 3 weeks, Jamie had to follow the rules. No phones, no talking after 6 p.m. Wake up at 4:30 every morning to meditate, then learn to chant ancient scriptures. No meat, no coffee, no excessive smiling, yes, excessively. Jamie admitted, "I have a slightly charming facial expression by nature. The monks kept telling me to stop looking like you're filming a perfume commercial." A young monk recalled that Jamie was once punished to sweep the yard for 3 days because he accidentally said, "I think if Buddha lived in the 21st century, he would like indie music too." The day of departure and the hinted prophecy. Before leaving, Master Dorji gave Jamie a piece of paper with the following message. "When you play the role of the controller, remember that your own mind needs to be controlled too." Jamie kept that note in his wallet, right up until the day he filmed 50 Shades of Grey. The truth? Or just a puff of smoke? Although no one has a picture of Jamie in Bhutan, legend has it he surrendered all his electronic devices before entering the monastery. Fans have speculated that his deep gaze as Christian Grey is an untapped, inner strength of meditation. One critic wrote, "Dornan doesn't just play the role, he meditates into it. There's something quiet, deep, as if he's let go of the world, and then chosen to come back." Jamie Dornan and being mistaken for an Italian literature teacher in 90 days. Tuscany, Italy. Jamie Dornan was on a short break before landing a big role when an unlikely event occurred. He was mistaken for an Irish literature teacher who had been invited to teach at an arts high school in the town of Montepulciano. It all started with a fateful cappuccino. The story begins when Jamie is writing his diary in a small cafe. An elderly woman, the principal of the local high school, walks by, sees him and exclaims, "Ah, Signor Dornan, you're here at last." Jamie tries to correct her, but before he can say anything, she pulls him into the school office, gives him his schedule and offers a welcome lunch. Jamie thinks, well, it can't hurt, I'm free. And so, Jamie became Mr. Dornan. For 90 days, Jamie taught students to analyze the poetry of Pablo Neruda, directed a Shakespeare play set to contemporary jazz, became the school's crush because his eyes were as sad as Florence's autumn sky. And most importantly, no one suspected a thing. There was even a local newspaper article praising him. Mr. Dornan is the embodiment of contemporary art, quiet, introspective, and a bit mysterious like something out of a movie. The secret was revealed, thanks to a surprise test. One day, the class held a midterm essay. A student wrote, "I think you look like the male lead of a movie, 50 or something, but I don't think so, because you can quote poetry better than the actors." Jamie laughed, and right at that moment, the phone rang. A film representative called to cast him for 50 Shades of Grey. When Jamie left the school, he left behind only a handwritten note. Art is when you live a life that is not yours, but find yourself in it. After reading it, the principal sighed, I knew it. Only actors are so beautiful. The truth behind the truth? No one took any pictures. There is no record of Mr. Dornan at the school. But every year, in September, a mysterious bouquet of lavender flowers is sent to the Office 3 class, accompanied by a line of poetry. I have lived in poetry, and left my eyes in every page. Jamie Dornan and his accidental spying in Tokyo. Tokyo. While the world thought Jamie Dornan was vacationing in the Maldives before filming, he was actually running away from an international spy organization, after being mistaken for an MI6 agent working undercover in Japan. It started with a fancy suit. Jamie landed in Tokyo just to shoot a perfume commercial, but as he stepped out of the hotel, a man in a raincoat whispered in his ear, "Code. Winter never ends." Jamie froze for 2 seconds, then responded with a sounds deep reflex. Only when the sun rises from the north. Right after that sentence, a black car quietly picked him up and drove away. What he didn't know was that he had just accidentally confirmed the identity of a high-ranking spy. Life takes a turn for the untrained James Bond. In the next 48 hours, Jamie is given a coded briefcase, with instructions. Do not open it unless there is a signal from the North Pole satellite. Forced to attend a diplomatic party with the codename, Mr. Mossfield, sounds like the name of a luxury furniture brand, Jamie says. Must escape a locked room by acting out real tears, confusing the other party. And finally, chased through Shibuya Market for accidentally dropping a suitcase, actually a prop suitcase from a photo shoot. The ending is more cinematic than any movie. Jamie is eventually rescued by a real MI6 agent, who recognizes him from the 50 Shades trailer. The parties involved then decide to remove the event from the record, because the whole thing sounds like an A-list Hollywood action comedy. Before leaving Tokyo, Jamie scrawled a note in the ramen shop. I just want to eat noodles, not save the world. But if there is a part 2, let me know in advance so I can put on my running shoes. The truth? No one dares to ask. Reporters have asked Jamie about his disappearance, but he just laughed. There are things that not everyone needs to know. But trust me, I will never look at my suitcase the same way again.